Here's a video absolutely nobody asked for. Here are all the manga I plan on reading and hopefully completing in 2024. Going forward with the channel, I want to post some more manga related content since I feel like this channel has been heavily relied on with anime. So be rest assured that once I complete these mangas, I will most likely make a video along with it, one way or another. I'm also making this video because I always tell myself to read more manga, but I never end up sticking with it. Last year I read, drumroll please, a whopping 4 mangas. So I'm hoping that making this video, you guys can also keep me in check with my goal. Before we get into it, make sure to press the like button and subscribe for more content like this. Also, if you don't see your favorite manga up on this list, comment it down below. I read all the comments. All of them. Starting the list off strong with Tokyo Ghoul. I think from the beginning of my anime career, I've heard nothing but incredible things about this series and Ken Kaneki. Surprisingly enough, I did watch the anime, only the first season, which according to fans was the worst adaptation known to man. So why not pick up the manga and learn why the manga fans always weep about getting a second chance for an adaptation. I've heard Kaneki goes through some rough tragedies and develops in a similar way to Thorfinn, so trust me, I'll be there no matter what. Ever since I finished Vagabond, I've realized my love for samurai/historical type anime manga. So when I heard Ronin Kenshin was basically Vagabond but more of a shonen, I didn't hesitate to throw it into my plan to read. Plus, it's one of those classics along with Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z for just being really unique and dominant for the time it came out. Although the author did do horrible things, I've heard he did a great job with this series, so I'm more than willing to give it a try, but obviously not support what he did. Recently, I made a video claiming Maki was the greatest new-gen female character. After an overwhelming amount of comments saying Fuko from Undead Unluck was better, I now have no choice but to figure out what the hype behind her character is all about. I'll probably watch the anime first since it just finished being adapted and by David Productions, the same studio as JoJo and Fire Force, 2 series I really love, so the animation will without a doubt be fire and probably get me more excited into reading the manga further. JoJo Part 8. I really like the JoJo series, so I decided to read Part 7 to see if I'd like it. And let's just say it set the bar high. So I'm expecting something of the same caliber with Part 8. I don't know why I've been putting off the series for so long, considering that I finished Part 7 about a year ago. I know nothing about what's to come with this part, besides that it's more of a mystery and it's also set in the same world as Part 4, which is confusing to me, but I'm sure I'll understand more once I start reading. Dandadan. Although it did just get announced for an anime, the numbers it's been putting up for Shonen Jump have been pretty great. It is a science fantasy romantic comedy that thrives off defying expectations of what you'd expect the action set pieces to be. Plus, I've seen a couple panels and the art is pretty crazy. I want to start reading more shonens that are new so that I can keep up with them weekly, and I feel like Dandadan is that supernatural shonen that's going to be so entertaining to read weekly. Speaking of starting to read more weekly shonens, Sakamoto Days. Another series dominating the Shonen Jump stage with Dandadan. I'll be honest, I've read the first chapter for this, so I've already been caught into the author's hook. Apparently it has amazing choreographed fights, creative paneling, great story, world building, and super fun and sweet characters all in one package. Surprisingly, this has more chapters than Dandadan, but still no anime announcement, which could mean a big studio could be trying to pick it up. Regardless, I'll definitely be making a video on both of these series. Slam Dunk. 2 of my favorite things in one beautiful story. Basketball and Takehiko Inoue, the creator of Vagabond. One thing I'm most excited about aside from the art Takehiko puts into his stories is the story's main focus isn't really about basketball, but the development of the characters on the team, which makes me think it could be a way better version of Kuroko no Basket, so reading this will without a doubt be green. Real. Yeah, if it wasn't clear already because of how much I love Vagabond, I'm definitely reading all of Takehiko Inoue's work, which also happens to be another basketball manga, but this one focuses a lot more on the growth of the MC throughout the story compared to Slam Dunk. Oh yeah, it's also wheelchair basketball, which surprisingly enough intrigues me very much. I gotta see if my goat goes 3 for 3 with his mangas. The only thing that really hurts is he hasn't finished the manga yet, so maybe I'll wait until closer at the end of the year to start this. Solo Leveling. Technically I'm cheating since it's a manhwa. For those who don't know what a manhwa is, it's the Korean equivalent to a manga. A big difference between the two is that online manhwa is usually colored, more drawings and text, and read from left to right. After watching Solo Leveling weekly, Sun Jin-woo has caught my eye. Plus, I've heard the ending to the series was controversial, so I want to be able to make a conclusion for myself and hopefully speak about it to you guys. Also, a good friend of mine have been very persistent on recommending me this series, so I think it's time to finally give it a shot. Gachiakuda. I hope I pronounced that right, but I came across this manga after seeing a panel on Twitter. I know close to nothing about this manga, and I kind of want to keep it that way. I enjoy going blind into random series like this, so I don't have other people's opinions swaying me into thinking I won't like it or overhype it for me. But seriously, aside from the one panel I saw on Twitter, I believe I heard the power system is pretty unique and it's an ongoing seinen, so it's gonna be a great read. 20th Century Boys. Made by arguably the most consistent mangaka ever for creating 4 extremely famous series: Monster, Billy Bat, Pluto, and 20th Century Boys. If you enjoy mystery sci-fi genre, then I don't think you could go wrong by giving any of Mr. Urasawa Naoki work a try. I've only watched Monster, which was a journey on its own, knowing how alluring it was, and I've heard 20th Century Boys give off the same vibe, so I'm most definitely excited to try this. Definitely the last thing I'll be reading out of everything here is the entire Naruto series, including Boruto. I've completed the entire series already in anime form, but I've never properly given the manga a chance. Plus, I watched Naruto about 4 years ago, so reading this for the first time is gonna hit. This will also include Boruto. I barely watched Boruto's anime, and a lot of Naruto fans tend to love Boruto's manga too. So, it doesn't hurt to give it a try. Plus, they came out with the 2 Blue Vortex manga, which is supposedly the time skip for Boruto, so reading this as the chapters release will be a generational experience if I really enjoy it. Anyway, that is the conclusion of all the manga I plan on reading in 2024. Please hold me accountable, guys. I seriously want to be able to complete most, if not all, of these mangas. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and like the video if you want to see more content like this. Also, comment down below some mangas you think I should read that I didn't already mention. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.